Namaste, good morning to you all, and also welcome to today's mathematics class. In the previous class, we have completed chapter 8, linear equations. Hope you have revised well. In today's session, we will discuss a new chapter, that is chapter 11, direct and inverse proportion. Let's move to the topic. In our daily life, we come across two types of variations, that is direct variation and inverse variation. These are also known as direct proportion and inverse proportion. First, we shall discuss direct proportion. When two quantities x and y are said to be in direct proportion, we have y divided by x is equal to k, where k is a constant and k not equal to 0. Direct proportion. When two quantities x and y are in direct proportion, we have the second term y divided by x is equal to k. It can be also written as y is equal to kx. By applying cross multiplication, y is equal to kx, where k is a constant and k not equal to 0. So direct proportion, the condition is y by x is equal to k. Now, let's watch a video about direct proportion.
Good morning, children. Let us consider some situations. A family of 4 members consumes 2 liters of milk daily. A family of 6 members consumes 3 liters of milk daily. So, here we see that when the number of family members increased, consumption of milk increased too. Let us consider a different situation. Sunil goes to the stationery shop to buy 2 pencils. The 2 pencils cost him rupees 4. Next week, Sunil goes to the stationery shop to buy 6 pencils. The 6 pencils cost him rupees 12. In the first situation, when number of family members increases, the consumption of milk increases. In the second situation, when the number of pencils bought were more, the total cost increases. These are the different situations we come across in our day-to-day life. We saw in all the above situation that changes in one quantity resulted in changes in the other quantity also. So we can say that if the values of 2 quantities are related in such a way that changes in one results in a corresponding change in the other, the 2 quantities are said to be in a variation. So, in our day-to-day life, we come across many situations where variation in one quantity results in variation other quantity. Now look at this situation. A lady prepares 20 chapatis for her family of 4 people so that she can serve 5 chapatis to each member. Next day, suddenly some relatives visit her house. She decides to serve dinner to them. There are 4 relatives in total. She started preparing chapatis. Now, can we say how many chapatis she would have to make for 8 people so that she can serve 5 each? So, to learn about this, let us learn the concept of direct proportion. Direct proportion. Let us assume the cost of 1 pen is 12 rupees. Then, by unitary method, we can find the cost of any number of pens. Clearly, cost of 2 pens is rupees 24, 2 into 12. Cost of 3 pens equals rupees 36, 3 into 12. Cost of 5 pens equals rupees 60, 5 into 12. Cost of 8 pens equals rupees 96, 8 into 12, and so on. Let us put this information in the table as shown. What do you notice? So, to find cost of 2 pens, we multiply 2 with 12 to get 24 rupees. And to find cost of 3 pens, we multiply 3 with 12 and get rupees 36. Also, to find cost of 5 pens, we multiply 5 with 12 and get 60 rupees. So we see that the cost of pens increases as the number of pens increase. Cost decreases if number of pens decrease.
Move on to exercise problems. First problem from exercise 11.1. In each of the following tables, determine whether x and y are in direct proportion and explain your answer. Option A, x 1, 2, 3, 4, y 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so when two quantities x and y are set in direct proportion, when y by x is a constant. So first we have to find y divided by x. So here the value of y is 3, x is 1. So 3 divided by 1. 3 divided by 1 is 3. Here 6. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. Then third one 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3. Then 12 divided by 4 is equal to 4 3s are 12. 3. So y by x is a constant. Y by x is a constant means therefore x and y are in direct proportion. So y by x is equal to 3. Y by x is equal to 3. Therefore y by x is a constant. Y by x is a constant. Therefore x and y are in direct proportion. Direct proportion. In option B, the value of x is given 2, 4, 6, 8 and y 10, 20, 25 and 40. First you have to find y by x. So here 10, the value of y is 10, here the value of x is 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Then next one 20 divided by 4 is equal to, how many 4s are in 20? 5 4s are 20. Then the value of y is 25, x is 6. So 25 by 6. Then next one, value of y is 40, the value of x is 8. We can cancel 8 and 40, 5. So y by x is 5, here 5, here 25 by 6 and here 5. So y by x is not a constant. 3 values are 5, the one value is 25 by 6. So y by x is not a constant. The answer is y by x is not a constant. Therefore x and y are not in direct proportion. Option C, the value of x is 3, 6, 7, 10 and value of y is 21, 42, 49 and 70. As we have to find y by x, here the value of y is 21, here 3, so 21 divided by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Then next one 42 divided by 6. 6 7s are 42. The answer is 7. Then 49 divided by 7. 6 7 7s are 49. The answer is 7. Then 70 divided by 10. 7 10s are 70. So 7 7 7 7. So y by x is a constant. Y by x is equal to 7. Therefore y by x is a constant. Therefore x and y are in direct proportion. Direct proportion. Next, question number 2. In each of the following equations, determine whether x and y are in direct proportion and explain your answer. Option A, y is equal to 4x. Y is equal to 4x, it can be written as y divided by x is equal to 4. By applying cross multiplication, y is equal to 4x. They are same. So y by x is equal to 4. Y by x is a constant. So y is directly proportional to x. So that is y is directly proportional to x. Y is directly proportional to x. And option B, y is equal to x plus 2. Y is equal to x plus 2 means y here plus 2, take plus 2 to the LHS. So minus 2. So y minus 2 is equal to x. Y minus 2 is equal to x means y minus 2 divided by x is equal to 1. By applying cross, y minus 2 is equal to x. So y minus 2 divided by x is equal to 1. So y minus 2 is directly proportional to x. Not y is directly proportional to x. Y minus 2 is directly proportional to x. So y minus 2 is directly proportional to x. So determine whether x and y are in direct proportion. So here the answer is yes, they are in directly proportional. Here y minus 2 is directly proportional means the answer is no. Option C, y is equal to x square. So y divided by x square is equal to 1. By applying cross, y is equal to x square. So here y is directly proportional to x square, not x. So x and y are not in direct proportion. So answer is no. X and y are not in direct proportion. Because y is directly proportional to x square. Then option D, y is equal to 1 by 2 into x. Y is equal to 1 by 2 into x means y divided by x is equal to 1 by 2. By applying cross, y is equal to 1 by 2 into x. So y by x is a constant. So y is directly proportional to x. Therefore, y is directly proportional to x. Next, question number 3. If two quantities x and y are in direct proportion, find the values of p and q in the following table. Given x and y are in direct proportion. X and y are in direct proportion means y by x is a constant. Also, we have to find p and q. So, given x and y are in direct proportion. So y by x is a constant. So 8 by 12 and p by 18 and 24 by q are same. All are same. So first we compare the first one and the last one. 8 by 12 is equal to p by 18 is equal to 24 by q. They are same. First compare first and second. 8 by 12 and p by 18. 8 by 12 and p by 18. By applying cross multiplication, you have to find the value of p. Here cancel. You can cancel 4, 8 and 12. 2 4s are 8 and 3 4s are 12. So 2 by 3 is equal to p by 18. So 3p is equal to, by applying cross, 3p is equal to 2 into 18. P is equal to 2 into 18 divided by 3. 3p is equal to 2 into 18. P is equal to 2 into 18 divided by 3. You can cancel 3 and 18. 6 3s are 18. So 2 into 6 is equal to 12. The value of p is 12. Next, compare first and the last. 8 by 12 and 24 by q. Next, 8 by 12 and 24 by q. 8 by 12 and 24 by q. We can cancel 8 and 12. 4 2s are 8 and 3 4s are 12. So 2 by 3 is equal to 24 by q. By applying cross, 2q is equal to 3 into 24. So q is equal to 3 into 24 divided by 2. We can cancel 2 and 24. 12 2s are 24. So 3 into 12. 3 into 12 is equal to 36. So q is equal to 36. P is equal to 12 and q is equal to 36. So P is equal to 12 and q is equal to 36. Question number 4, it is given that W is directly proportional to T and W is equal to 20 when T is equal to 4. Find option A, the value of W when T is equal to 6. Option B, the value of T when W is equal to 45. When W is equal to 45. Okay, what is given? It is given that W is directly proportional to T. If x is directly proportional to y means y divided by x, second term divided by first term is a constant. So W is directly proportional to T means T by W. T by W is a constant. T by W is a constant. Is equal to T by W. Here T is equal to 4 and W is equal to 20. So T is equal to 4 and W is equal to 20. So T by W is equal to 4 by 20. We can cancel 4 and 20. 1 4 is 4 and 5 4s are 20. So T by W is equal to 1 divided by 5. T by W is equal to 1 divided by 5. So by applying cross, 5T is equal to W. 5T is equal to W. Then option A, the value of W when T is equal to 6. We have to find the value of W when T is equal to 6. So substituting T is equal to 6 in this equation. Okay, so 5T is equal to W. When T is equal to 6 means put T is equal to 6. So 5 into 6 is equal to W. So W is equal to 5 6 are 30. W is equal to 30. Then option B, the value of T when W is equal to 45. First we have to write the equation. 5T is equal to W. When W is equal to 45, we have to find the value of T. So 5T is equal to 45. 5T is equal to 45 and T is equal to 45 divided by 5. How many 5s are in 45? 1 5 is 5, 9 5s are 45. So T is equal to 9. Question number 6. The following table shows the total price rupees P for X copies of a book. Copies of books X 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the total price rupees P 150, 300, 450, 600 and 750. Option A, show that X and P are in direct proportion. Direct proportion means we have to find P divided by X. X and P are in direct proportion means we have to find P divided by X. So the third column P by X. So here 150 P is 150, X is 1. So 150 by 1. 150 by 1 is 150. Then next one 300 by 2. 300 by 2 is 150. Here 450 by 3 is equal to 150. Here 600 divided by 4 is equal to 150. The last one 750 by 5 is equal to 150. So P by X is a constant. P by x is 150. So P divided by x is equal to 150. P by x is equal to 150. Therefore, x and P are in direct proportion. X and P are in direct proportion. X and Y are in direct proportion. Option B, find the equation connecting x and P. So P by x is equal to 150. Okay, so by applying cross multiplication, P is equal to P to 1. P is equal to 150x. P is equal to 150x. Option C, using the equation in B, find the number of copies that can be purchased with rupees 1650. Using the equation in B, equation is P by x is equal to 150, so P is equal to 150x. We have to find the number of copies of x. Here, the total price P is given. P is equal to 1650. So P is equal to 1650. We have to find x. We have to find x by using P is equal to 150x. So P is equal to 1650 is equal to 150 into x. So 150x. P is equal to 1650. So 1650 is equal to 150x. So x is equal to 1650 divided by 150. So we can cancel 0 and 0. Then 115 is 15. Here 115 is 15. Then balance 1. Again 15. So 115 is 15. So x is equal to 11. You have to find the number of copies of books. So number of copies of books is equal to number of copies of books is 11. Question number 7. For each of the following equations, state which two terms are in direct proportion. Show your reasons. In D, y square is equal to 7n. So it can be written as 7n is equal to y square. So n divided by y square is equal to 1 by 7. By applying cross, 7n is equal to y square. So y square is directly proportional to n. Y square is directly proportional to n. Option C, R is equal to 5 into W plus 1 the whole square. Okay, so W 5 into W plus 1 the whole square is equal to R. So W plus 1 the whole square divided by R is equal to 1 by 5. By applying cross, 5 into W plus 1 the whole square is equal to R. So therefore, R is directly proportional to W plus 1 the whole square. Next option D, y is equal to 3x square. So 3x square is equal to y. So x square by y is equal to 1 by 3. By applying cross, 3x square is equal to y. Therefore, y is directly proportional to x square. Y is directly proportional to x square. In today's session, we have discussed direct proportion and completed exercise 11.1. Hope it is clear for you all. If you have any doubt, please note it and keep. We will discuss it during the online session. Thank you for watching. Namaste.